The last bus home. It was a rainy evening in the city. The streets were wet, and the sky was dark with clouds. Sarah had been working late at the office and was eager to get home. She had missed the earlier buses, and now only one bus remained, the last bus home. Sarah stood at the bus stop, looking at her watch. It was almost 10 p.m. The cold wind made her shiver. She wished she had not stayed at work so late. Her office was on the other side of the city, and the buses did not run often at night. I hope I catch it, Sarah thought to herself. Looking down the street, she could barely see the headlights of any vehicles in the distance. Sarah had just moved to the city a few months ago. Before that, she had lived in a small town. She was still getting used to the busy city life, the long days at work, and the loud noises that never seemed to stop. The city was exciting, but it was also very different from her quiet home. As she waited, she saw a young man standing at the bus stop across from her. He looked just as tired as she felt. His coat was soaked from the rain, and his face looked frustrated. He kept checking his phone, probably waiting for the bus too. Sarah did not usually talk to strangers, but tonight felt different. She decided to smile at the young man. "Hi," she said, trying to start a conversation. "Are you waiting for the last bus?" The man looked up, surprised by her voice. "Oh, yes. It should be here soon, I think," he replied, his voice a little tired. "I hope so," Sarah said. "It has been a long day." The man nodded. "I know what you mean. I have been running errands all day." "My feet are killing me," Sarah laughed softly. "I can relate. I have been working since 9 a.m. I am so ready to go home." They both fell into silence for a few moments, listening to the sound of raindrops hitting the pavement. The streetlights flickered as cars passed by, and the wind blew Sarah's hair into her face. "I think the bus is coming," the man said suddenly, looking down the street. Sarah turned and saw the headlights of a bus. It was the last bus of the night, just as they had hoped. Both of them smiled and stepped forward, ready to board. As they climbed onto the bus, Sarah looked at the man and smiled again. "I am Sarah, by the way. Nice to meet you, Sarah." "I am Tom," he said, shaking her hand. They both found seats near the back of the bus. Sarah sat by the window, watching the city pass by. The bus moved slowly through the streets, and the sound of the rain made her feel sleepy. She was glad to be on her way home. Tom looked at her and said, "I think I will finally get a good night's sleep after all this. Do you live far from here?" "Not too far," Sarah replied, "but what 20 minutes from here. How about you?" "I am about the same," Tom said. "I live in a small apartment near the park." As the bus continued its journey, Sarah and Tom chatted about their lives in the city. Sarah learned that Tom had moved to the city just like she had. He had been here for a year and worked at a small tech company. They talked about the places they liked to visit, the challenges of living in a big city, and their favorite things to do on weekends. Before long, the bus reached Sarah's stop. She stood up, grabbed her bag, and turned to Tom. "It was nice talking to you, Tom," she said. "Same here." "Maybe I will see you again sometime," Tom replied, with a smile. Sarah stepped off the bus and walked toward her apartment building. The rain had stopped, and the streets were quiet. She felt a little less lonely tonight, having made a new friend. She was looking forward to getting home, but she knew that tomorrow would be another busy day. However, for now, she could relax and enjoy the peace of the evening. As she entered her apartment, she thought about the conversation she had with Tom. It was nice to talk to someone after a long day. The last bus home had not only taken her to her apartment, but also brought her a little bit of warmth in the city.